Hello, welcome to the Street of Wisdom, where we learn things that maybe you think you know it all. As I say, wisdom does not grow on the tree. Wisdom is a unique grace and an influence that comes when you are in perfect synchronization with divineness. Okay, know your size, understand your dimension is what I want to talk about. Know your size. There is nobody that does not have his own size in life. It's not when you look at your mirror and you see how big or how tall, how short, how fat, that is your size. No. I'm talking about your inward dimension, the size of your internal or your internal expression. You must be able to be one who can be able to evaluate your pocket, know your financial size, know your mental size, know your emotional size, know the size when you want to deal with issues of relationship. How do you manage the resource around you? Know your size because you want to understand how resourceful you are, your capacity. How can you thrive if I give you a project? Know your size in life. I was driving today and I reasoned something because I saw a very big trailer that was carrying a heavy tractor that is going for a project. You know these big tractors they use in the farming or carrying loads. The trailer was carrying this big tractor, and in the front of this trailer was the two police officers in their car in the front and the back, giving a signal. And on their on the sign they put, they will say large vehicle or oversize. They give a signal to you that ply on the same route that I'm sorry, this is abnormal. This is not supposed to be plying on this highway, but we have to escort it. They knew the size. They understood the dimension of what they carry, and that is why they have to escort the car, the truck, the trailer, whatever you call it. And in the midst of that vastness of the vehicle was a small car who was trying to, struggle the space with the big car. He found himself overturned on the other side after he was trying to overtake a big car, and the thing came. I said, God, you got to know your size. This is a very big sized, oversized tractor flying on the way, and they still gave you a signal that this is oversized. We are sorry, but we got no choice. We can't fly it. Because this car of this size was not even meant to be flying on this highway. That is why we have to tow it. And while we are towing it, we have to give you a signal that is oversized. So watch out. The reason why aeroplane don't fly on our same route on the road, on a highway that we drive, is not because it does not have legs. It do have its own legs. But if you measure the weight of an aeroplane, if it flies on our normal route, the road might sink in because they know that the aeroplane is heavy. They know the size, they know the weight. And again, the dimension of the aeroplane. I was having a call. The dimension of the aeroplane. They know it. So that is the reason why they have to find their own pathway. So the aeroplane, the helicopters, those big flying aero autos, they know their own path. Because why? They have a sense of, they know their size. You can't tell me that, because that you are an adventurer, you love to explore, you love adventures. Thank you. You love to take risks. I appreciate it. I'm a risk taker as well. I'm an explorer. I'm an adventurer. But there is something I don't play with. I know my size. I cannot, if I understand I am a big vehicle like a Tundra, and I am plying on a small track road. When I'm plying on a small track road, I am taking a risk of crash. If I don't crash myself, I'll crash some other person or I'll crash into something. The road is not made for me. Life is so simple that when you understand that you have come to measure every season of your time, you measure your dimension. I'm not saying this to make somebody angry. Please don't get me wrong. I am only expressing wisdom. I have gone through issues of life that makes me to sit down and say, I know that somebody is rich. I know that somebody has a capacity more than I do, maybe financially or otherwise. It's not a crime that I want to, connect myself with them. It's not a crime. But I'm talking about when you want to take a risk that you want to take a risk that can hamper your own personality. Don't crash, please. Don't crash. Take it easy. You are going to get to that size. But for now, fly on the road that was made for you. Be on the track and believe God. He will definitely enlarge you. I know many of us are desperate to see our borders enlarge, see our, territories grow beyond what we are now. That is good. It's good to aspire. But being patient and being consistent, working out this, don't take unnecessary risk because you want to be an adventurer. You are going to crash. It is big, you start a little and ply on your own pathway, and when you see that you are growing, then you can begin to expand or choose highways. You cannot still be a small vehicle that is struggling to manage balance, and you are in your highways. That's the speed of other big vehicles would kick you off track and it become an accident. I'm bringing this to you because life is going to be bringing you at every junction for you to make decisions. Sit down and understand in the friends you make, in the decisions you make, in the adventures, in business ideas, in the concept you want to pursue, in pictures you want to draw. Don't waste that resource because you want to answer a risk taker. Don't waste that life, please. It is still precious for some people. Don't waste that time. Don't waste that time. It is still precious for you. Somebody just got crashed before me today while I was driving just because he did not understand his size. He was thinking, oh, because you are a vehicle. But there is another bigger vehicle that is flying on the way, and they told you that the vehicle is oversized. So don't even go close to that side. Follow your own way. But he was trying to struggle the path with another bigger vehicle, and the little gap he got, boom, he hit himself somewhere, and that was the end, a crash. Wisdom calls, please. It is too expensive to be taking this kind of risk. I love to take risks, as I always tell you, but know your size. If the aeroplane is in dimension of a car, it can be flying on the road with other cars. But the dimensions, you see the hands that come out, the wings that stretch forth, you see the pressure, the strength, the speed, the noise. You cannot bring the aeroplane on the normal highway for cars fly. You cannot. That is the reason why it becomes very necessary in life. Choose your path very well because you know your size, understand your dimension, know what you can do. Don't just try to become a risk taker and you dive into anything you don't even understand, and tomorrow you lose resources, you lose life, you lose your time, you lose loved ones, and tomorrow you start looking for who to blame. Know your size. Know your size because it is very, very relevant in life. That is what's going to help you to strive. Be a risk taker, I'm a risk taker too. But when I'm taking risk, I make sure I understand my dimensions. I understand my weight. I understand my size. There are highways I don't go into. There are areas I don't fly in. There are risks I don't really need to take now. I might take in the future. I might explore those realms in the future, but I want to apply based on my size now. Whatever thing you are doing, you always try to be too competitive. You always try to always envy somebody. You always have the tendency of being competitive. Competition does not pay. It is good to aspire, but it's not too good to be greedy. It is good to aspire for that great height, aspire to make that progress, aspire to expand your borders, aspire to become more resourceful. But it's not too good when you want to take gains unnecessarily and you take risk that can hamper your life. You see, I was in the hospital today and they brought in somebody who he was driving recklessly, and one of the, I don't know, it was a rod from the car punctured his chest and deflated his lungs. That was all. Hole in the lungs. He's not gonna live a normal life anymore till he dies. He's not gonna live a normal life anymore till he dies. Just because he want to take some unnecessary risk. And then he got his lungs punctured. Don't deflate your lungs, brother. Don't deflate your lungs. Take it easy. You see that mountain, you will climb it. Just play your card very well. Play it. And pay attention to your divine presence. Pay attention. You'll be guided. Know your size. Understand your dimension. Know your weight. My friend is traveling back to Africa. He told me you have to go to the airport to go and weigh his bags. He want to be sure. He don't want to get to the airport and start going to any stress of changing and offloading. He want to know the weight of his luggage. What precision? What kind of precision? I love that. You know, when last time I carried everything and then I had challenges in the airport because I refused to weigh. Don't estimate your weight. Value it. Take a valuation. Know your strength. Understand your weakness. Know the things you don't need to take. No, I don't need to take this risk. It's high. I'm a risk taker, but this one is gonna cost me a lot. I will see you again because it's important. I don't want to spend so much time, but the street of wisdom, a lot come. This is not here to make you laugh, but here to give you the real signal, the brake light, the blue light, that you will always live in safety and resourceful. And when you're resourceful, you have your future. I appreciate you guys. I see you guys again. Bye.